I know you guys are just as excited as I am to see this bike finished and completely done, but there's a few other things we gotta do before we get to this part. Welcome back to Toys Wing Garage. We got the free Honda CBR600 in here, making this thing into a track bike. There's a lot of things we have left to do on this, and we're gonna start with this rear axle. If you know anything about bikes, you can see that this is completely wrong. There's no lock nut on this bolt. There's supposed to be a lock nut. You can actually see the line there where the old lock nut was, but it's just missing, and this bolt doesn't have threads far enough back for a nut, so I think it's the wrong bolt. Somebody replaced that with the wrong one. And there's supposed to be an aluminum block here as well, so that you can actually line the lines up and get the correct measurement on each side, but it's just missing completely. So I have an old set off a Kawasaki Ninja that I think are going to work. I just have to pull the axle out and actually make sure they're going to fit. Oh wow, look at that. Perfect fit. So these are gonna work just fine. So you can see here how bad these have been leaking. You can see all the dirt and brake dust and everything else that's been mixed with everything that's leaking out of the seals that are in here. So I'm going to pull these apart, replace the dust seal on the outside and the oil seal up here on the inside.
Is it like a friction plate or something?
Something. It's like a, I'm not sure exactly, but I'm just gonna put it back where I found it. Wow. So there's the oil seal. So once the retaining clip is out of here, the cylinder should pull right out and I should be able to rebuild the inside, but it's completely seized. No matter how hard I pull on it, you're not supposed to pull that hard on it, but no matter how hard I pull, it's just it won't budge at all. So I think this master cylinder might be toast. I ended up just pulling the master brake cylinder off of a crashed Kawasaki Ninja that I have laying around and kind of using some other bits and pieces and adapting it to what I need. So if you remember in the last video, I cut the exhaust off where the old owner had welded on this really crappy exhaust pipe. And I got this replacement piece here which follows the path of the original exhaust. So when I slip that on, it goes right up and under the tail fairing where the OEM exhaust is supposed to run. I'm going to put a modified pipe on it, but I want it to follow the same path as the OEM one because I really like how this exhaust came out underneath the tail fairing. The only thing I have to do first is there is a valve right here which normally was electronically controlled, but the wires are all completely gone, and I'm just gonna weld it open so that the valve is open all the time and it doesn't have any opportunity to shut on me. Here I'm just showing the ram air intake and the fairing stay that I mounted. I also mounted the dash here. My camera just messed up and I didn't end up recording it, but it was just a few bolts, and this allows me to actually start mounting the fairings. Thank you guys so much for watching. This bike was so fun to build. It just had such a cool story behind it, being completely free, and allowed me to put more money and time into the parts, and I think it just turned out great. But don't worry, we're not done with this bike yet. We still got to take it to our local track day and put it through a test. So stay tuned for the third video. We'll be at the track.
My genius just amazes me.